Lines on her glass faded too fast. Stop counting days, let them decay. Shadows that pass don't leave a trace. I've lost in me to win the race. No more echoes down hollow roads. No more ladders that can't hold loads. Not making plans, not louding things.
I just came back from kickboxing class. It was fun today. Yeah, there was a new person, and so that was my partner, and I like it because it makes you see the growth that you've had since you started. And I think I've grown. Yeah, I need to practice a lot more on my own, and yeah, I think that will help a lot. I have my tablet down here, so if you, oh my god, I have my tablet down here, so if you see me looking down, that's because I'm checking my notes. Today is exactly 1 year since I left Ghana to pursue my master's in Germany. So let's talk about that. I did mechanical engineering at HSC, and after my national service, I made the decision to pursue my master's. And I decided on my current school out of 5 admissions. I made a video about it, so you can check that out right here. But in today's video, I want to share how it has been since I've moved to Germany. So it's been exactly 1 year. So how has it been living in Germany? So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and if it's a wise decision for you to move to Germany too. So why did I choose Germany? During COVID, I came across a creator. I'm not sure if I came across her before COVID or during COVID, but I do know that somewhere before and during COVID, I came across a creator called Firdaus Osman, and she was studying in Germany here. And I used to watch her content a lot, and she spoke a lot about the cost, how most schools are free. And I also knew that Germany was good with mechanical engineering. So I was like, you know what? That is fantastic. Less cost, and they're also good with mechanical engineering. So yeah, that resonated with me a lot, and I decided, you know what, let's do this. I will relocate to Germany and do my master's there. Instead of paying about £15,000 and £20,000 or £23,000 compared to the schools that I actually applied to in the UK and the US, I think that this was a financially sound decision. Yeah, so that is the main reason why I chose Germany. And if you're somebody who doesn't care about the language barrier, I think that you're going to be very fine. If you don't mind learning a new language, I think that is a great option for you. Yeah, I heard Firdaus Osman talk about schooling or masters in Germany. It resonated with me. I thought it was a great idea, and the seed was sown that it was Germany we were going to move to. Now we're here in Germany because we chose this out of all the other admissions that we got. I already said it's in this video, so you can go and watch that. So my first few weeks or month in Germany, how did that go? So the most challenging part of this whole journey has been the language barrier. The fact that you are in a country that doesn't speak English. Well, you're in a country that is not an English speaking country, and you have to learn the language so that you can better what's the word I'm looking for? It's assimilate the word. Or no, that's not the word I'm looking for. Basically, for you to settle down very well, you have to learn the language. I don't mind learning a new language because for me, I think it even adds more character to it adds more personality to your character. Let me say it that way. We're used to just taking the easy way out, going to an English speaking country. That's why most people relocate to the US, Australia, and the UK, because they speak English. When you come to Europe, it's a whole ball game. You have to learn a new language and all the. But for me, I like it because from after German, I want to learn French fully and then be very fluent in those 2 languages, at least for now. So those 2 languages, I really want to be good at that. So I didn't really care about learning a new language. And so other than the fact that living here for a year, I've struggled with the language. I think my course is also in English, so that has been okay for me. But I'm learning the language, and I don't mind struggling little by little. And most Germans speak English, so it hasn't been much of an issue. But in situations where you feel like, oh, I can't get through to someone with English, you try with the broken German that you have, and that works really, really fine. So yeah, so I would say that other than the language, everything else is the same. New environment, new culture, new people, new experiences that you have whenever you move to any new place. And when I got into Germany, I didn't even have an A1 certificate actually. I did learn on my own with YouTube and the Deutsche Welle website, but now I have A2 and I'm pursuing B1 soon. And hopefully by the end of next year, I will probably have a C1. That is my goal. That by the end of next year, I'll have a C1 or C2. But let me not set unrealistic goals. So I will aim for C1 for next year. But with just that, I've been living fine, and you will be fine too if you decide to move. But I'm not saying that do what I did. I would advise you to learn more so that you can easily get internships and job opportunities. So my first month, I lost my phone twice. I don't know if I've shared the story. Maybe it will be a story time. But I lost my phone, and I found it in all those two occasions in my first month living in Germany. So it was fantastic. I got to experience how safe it is in Germany to leave your things around and still find it. People minding their business, and I love that because where I'm from, people usually don't mind their business. And it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but we'll get to that. I want to leave that for the next part of this conversation. So let's talk about the good. Honestly, I've really enjoyed my stay here in Germany, and let me tell you why. I think it's because I am content in life. I am content with the little things. It's the very little things that makes life comfortable. Like, it takes 3 minutes for me to walk to my bus stop. It takes 3 minutes for me to walk to my bus stop and get a bus. I can be putting rice in my mouth. I can be eating rice at 51 and then be in the bus at 57 on my way to wherever I'm going, because it only takes 3 minutes for me to walk to my bus stop. I can plan my day. I can have a schedule around my bus and say, okay, I'll take this bus, I'll get here, and I'll get to this location around this time. But I can't do that in Accra. It takes me how many minutes for me to get to my junction and take another taxi to the junction to get a trotro, and you cannot tell which trotro is coming. You just take whichever one that comes. Yes, it has its own benefits because you can get a car at any moment in time, but here there's a schedule. However, if you plan around the schedule, it works really well for you. Sorry, I'm in the middle of the road, so if there's a car coming, I have to move for the car to pass. So hopefully we don't get hit by a car. But you get my point. Like, those little things, going for grocery shopping, I can spend very little on a lot of things. But in Accra is becoming way too expensive to live in. The little things, the basic things that make life simpler, you need 5 more steps to do that in Ghana. Do you get my point? That is the hard part. So I like that the basic necessities for living is easier and accessible here than back at home. That's one of the things that I like about living in Germany. I think, let me take my headphones off because I can barely hear myself, and I want to do that. I want to hear myself properly when I speak. Another great thing I like about living in Germany is the accessibility to other European countries. It took me 1 hour to go to Spain. And in Karlsruhe, and yeah, I'm in another country. I'm exploring a whole new environment, a whole new culture, a whole new place. And that is what I love. I can take a train and I'll be in France. So that is another thing that I love about living in Germany, the fact that it's accessible. And you don't have to be in Germany to experience that. But now that I'm in Germany, that is what I love about being in Germany. Another thing that I love about Germany, not necessarily only Germany, but moving out of Ghana in general, is a shift in mindset. You think that your environment is not influencing you until you move out of your environment to another place and you realize that why did I used to think this way? Why did I used to behave this way? It's because your environment is definitely influencing you. And I believe everyone needs to be exposed to something different to see the pattern in behavior as a result of where you were and the new behaviors that you are possessing as a result of where you are now. It made me realize that the foundation of my thinking was weak and it needed to be improved. Do you get what I mean? I thought that, I am as confident as I think I am, or as people think I am. But then moving here made me realize, maybe you need to work on your confidence a little bit more, because it's just that your environment didn't challenge you enough to make you put in more work to be confident. You were just comfortable. Yeah, so I feel like everyone needs to at least explore or see other places. Get out of Ghana for a while if you can, and if you can afford it, because I can't just come here and say move out of Ghana when people are struggling to make ends meet. So I'm going to be realistic. If you can afford to move out of Ghana, you can afford to experience other cultures, other countries, and other environments, do it. Go out there and experience other people, the way other people think. I think that experiencing other people and the way other people think, and moving into an environment where it's a mixture of cultures will change the way that you think, will change the way you view things, and it will make you question a lot of things. If you're somebody who is a progressive thinker and you want to know more, you're curious about why do people do the things they do. So I love coming to Germany. I love that I came to Germany because the good thing I've experienced is that I've been thinking more. I've been more curious and wanting to learn more about other people, because my course is an international course and I have a lot of international students in my class. A lot of people from Mexico, Ecuador, Hong Kong, not Saudi Arabia. What's it called? Jordan, India. My roommate was from India. I get to hear a lot more about the way things are, and she got to hear about, because she's gone now, she got to hear about how Ghana is as well. She now says chalet and things, because you get to see people and how they move towards what they want, and it encourages you. I promise, it pushes you to do way more with your life than you would have ever done. So yeah, that's one thing that I really loved. I've loved since moving to Germany. The next thing I would say is how students are thought of in every step of the way, because here you get a lot of student discounts. Even stores have student discounts, accommodation student discounts. You're a student, so you don't pay these taxes. If you're doing a mini job, you don't pay taxes on that. A lot of things. Like, once you are out of the student category, then you see how crazy living is. But while you are here as a student, you are taking into consideration whether you're an international student or you are from the country, you are thought of throughout the entire process. And so that's something that I really love since moving here to Germany. I'm still experiencing the system, and I may not have said everything that I there is to say about what is good about being a student here in Germany. But if you have experiences that you think are great living in Germany, you can also share that in the comment section so that we can move on to the bad. Remember, the good and the bad. Nothing is perfect. You are always going to experience both the good and the bad in any country. No place is heaven. There's always the bad. Once you move into a place which is predominantly white, a lot of people have experienced racism. Personally, I have not experienced racism. They do like to stare, but then sometimes I wonder, what is the reason for the staring? Is it because you are curious? I've never seen a black person before. Or even if you've seen a black person before, seeing a few of them in your city or your town will make you want to stare and look because you're curious? Or is it because you've seen beauty? Oh my god, this is a discovery, and so you want to watch more. I will not know. I have babies and kids stare at me all the time, train in the bus, and then I make faces for them to laugh. Out of curiosity, people like to stare. Old people, they stare a lot and they don't move their eyes. But I'm not saying that this is part of the bad. I'm just saying that, just an experience. So we are moving on. We are moving into the bad for now. I did mention that people mind their business a lot. And it can be good and it can be bad, because sometimes you just need to mind your business. You just need to drink water and mind your business. But the level of minding your business is too much, because sometimes you have to extend yourself to other people, because someone might have an emergency and everybody will just be sitting around watching. I don't know that there are people. The first time I came to Germany, there was this woman that came to help me pack my bag into the train, but most people were just standing there looking at me. Whether you're struggling or not, struggle on your own. Most people will not help. So that level of minding your business is something that I think that they need to check. Like, in Ghana, somebody will just, they will help you with your things and stuff like that. But here, they mind their business way too much. And then the next thing is appointments. Personally, I've not had any doctor's appointments. Luckily, I think I've been unwell twice since I came to the country for the whole year, but it was not one of them was very serious. But even with that, I didn't go to the hospital because I hate going to the hospital. But I've not had experiences with appointments, but I do have people around me who have had appointments, and it's crazy how by the time you get that appointment, you'll be well. What do you mean that I need an appointment because I'm not well and you're telling me I can come next week or next month? By that time, so what's the point? I'll be healed by then, so what's the point of coming for that appointment? And I get to that, if it's an emergency, you go to the emergency, like you go to the hospital and they will attend to you, but then that one, you'll be in a queue. The appointment system here for people who are not well is something that's crazy for me. I find it crazy. Honestly, because I'm still a student, I think everything is easier for me. But once I'm no more a student, maybe I'll have a lot more things to complain about. And I barely interact with people as well, so I don't really have much bad things to say. And I'm still experiencing Germany, like I said. So if I have anything that I want to complain about, maybe I'll come here and complain. But so far, these are the only two things: appointments and the fact that people mind their business way too much. But other than that, it's been very peaceful here for me. And I know that my experience is not the experience of everyone else. And I'm not trying to tell you that, oh, that other people's experience doesn't exist. I'm just saying this is my experience and this is what I don't like about Germany. But yeah, so let's move on to the last part. Should you move to Germany? And honestly, I think that that's a decision that only you can make. Nobody should be able to tell you what to do. Yes, you can take advice from people, but nobody should tell you what to do. So if I'm to say a few words to that, I would say that if you are not opposed to the idea of learning a new language and you want to be a little daring and you want to try new things in life, absolutely do it. You can move to Germany, but remember that it has to be on your terms and not on other people's terms. So if you really want to move to Germany, you think that that would be the best decision, weigh your options, check the job market. Do you have skills that you can actually use here in Germany? If you do, go for it. Check the market. Are there job roles for you that you can easily get if you have the money to relocate? All of those things. Just do your research as much as possible, but the final decision on wanting to relocate should be on your own terms. See, there are people who have invested in Ghana and they've lost everything. And there are people who are also making it in Ghana. There are people who came to abroad and they lost everything and they've moved back home. And the people who came abroad and they've made it very big here. You don't know which environment is going to boost your life and make changes in your life. You get what I mean? If you want to make a change in your life, go for it. If you think that I made a mistake, this is not the life I want, or this is not what will benefit me, go back home. Just do whatever you want to do. That's life. You try, you find that, oh, this is not the best. You pivot and you change. What? So, oh, Rebecca said, my boy Brichina masaya back home. So, that's all it is. If right now I feel like, oh, here is not the best environment for me and I want to move to another country, I will do it. I will absolutely do it. So don't be scared. Just do it. Live life. Life is way too short for us to be listening to opinions of people who have never lived an inch of your life. So that is where this one ends. And if you like this content, you can click for more. Next week, we will see each other here again. I will be showing you guys the Mac Mini that I bought because I needed a new laptop and laptops are getting way too expensive. So I decided to get my own setup. And the whole setup, the entire setup, is cheaper than getting a new laptop. Can you imagine? Getting a monitor, getting a system unit, a CPU. But yeah, so have fun and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye. See you later. See you later. See you next week. See you later.